Hello, why did Imerium of Men don't get new tech? That's one interesting question in Warhammer 40k. Why this vast empire don't get new tech, and I will talk about this topic today. There are a lot of reasons why the Empire have difficulties to get new tech. One is reverse engineering, or I will talk about reverse engineering, why it isn't that easy properly and why it's a problem in itself. The structure of the Imperium is a problem. That's a topic for another later video, probably. And of course, the Mechanicum is a problem in itself, and I will talk a little bit about that. First, one differentiation, there is research and there is development. One real-world example, that's the desk where Otto Hahn and Lise Meitner discovered nuclear fission. Most time you only hear about Otto Hahn because she was Jewish and have to leave Germany, so she don't receive the credit for this discovery. But to build a real nuclear bomb, to develop this nuclear bomb, there was a much bigger effort necessary, like the Manhattan Project, something Germany on its own could never do. Development is something what the Empire do, zum Beispiel they change the armor of Space Marines, or build small bolter, big bolter, mega bolter, or some scale up some weapons. That's something the Empire do, but even this is tech heresy in the eyes of Mechanicum. Tech is holy and you're not allowed to change anything with this tech. It's a little bit like in the late medieval ages, where you don't allow to study corpses. That because they are holy, that's a little bit like the Mechanicum is in Warhammer 40k with everything tech. And to research really new tech, there is probably a very big effort necessary, which the Empire just can't do. And there's also a risk with reverse engineering, because if you research something, try to build something, make something, for example today something like a nuclear fusion, if there is the risk that someone dig a workable nuclear fusion reactor out of the ground or find something in space and your all research, your all investment is useless, that's a very big risk and you probably don't want to take this risk. Then is another problem, even if you have something workable, for example, let's stay by the fusion plant or some reactor or some energy source, you can't just deassemble them and see how they work, because you have the risk that if you reassemble it, it don't work, and that's would be really a big problem for the Empire. But in my opinion, there is another very big problem. Let's imagine the world is, we have a catastrophe like a pandemic or a nuclear war. We go back to medieval level of technology, and then you start to build something. For example, you try to rebuild a computer. You tell your king, a lord, that there was in the area before the war or something, very powerful machines, like they called it computer, they were very powerful, very useful, and you try to build something for them. You go around, you collect parts, you build, and then you have this magical machine, everything completed, and you push the start button and nothing happened, because you don't have the software. Without the software, this computer do nothing, and your king, your lord will cut your head off because you wasted many resources. That could be really a problem in 40k too, because the Mechanicum don't really understand how the machines work, and that could be the reason for the rituals or the machine spirit that don't really know why something works to help the machine work better, but they only know that it works. For example, if you go to your IT support, the first thing is switch it off, switch it on again. They don't know, that's the first thing every user do if you have a problem. They don't really know why it helps, but they know it helps, or something like I play Hearts of Iron, and every player said before we started PlayStation, clear cache. They don't know what it really do, but they sometimes heard that it should help. It don't help, but everyone thought it should help. Or for example, in my company, we restart our servers one time today because it's just help, and the server don't crash. And that could be something like the Imerium do with something like Titans or Knights. They have machine spirits, but is some kind of AI, but they don't call it AI because AI are forbidden, and they don't know why the AI work better if they do something, for example, clear caches or delete some old files or reset the AI on delivery condition or something. Don't know, but they know if they do this, the AI work better. Or in the past, it was normal to reinstall your Windows every year. We don't know in the future, or if it's, we don't know why it helps, but everyone know it helps to make your machine go faster. For example, if a tech priest have to oversee some machine, or some Titan, every year he must do run reset of this, or one ritual, or the one every day we must do this before the machine is started, but he don't know why, because they don't understand the machine. And that could be why these rituals and why this machine spirit existed, or this legend of the machine spirit. Next time I will talk about the structure of the Impiere and why this is a problem. For example, they use books to keep their knowledge and have libraries to keep their knowledge, and have a bad or no education system, and the leadership of the planet's governors are not really interested in research and development.